My gosh, I have been told so many times to write a book from my experiences because I've been through hell so many times and pulled myself up by the bootstraps. And you're looking at it, what me people look like. Oh, you're a single white woman. Well, I'm not exactly white. I'm half Spanish, but nonetheless, I came from a very poor upbringing where I had a Spanish mother who was divorced when I was 5, never saw my dad,
Mm.
and raised me cleaning houses. So if I can come from that to being a multimillionaire now, that that's a testament to determination and things like that I've been through.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Podcast. I am your host, Q Edmonds, and I'm excited today. I'm excited about my guest. I'm excited for you all to get to know her a little bit better, like I have. I am instantly like a fan. She has a husband, so I can't say in love, but I like this person a lot. Let's just put it like that. I got a wife, she got a husband, but I like this person a lot. And I'm really sure that you're going to find her very infectious as well. You're probably going to fall in love with her just like me. But I'm excited. I'm excited for you just to get to know what she's doing from her advantage, looking at things through her lens. And so I want to introduce you all to Miss Kathy Cuevas. How did I do, Miss Kathy?
You did pretty good.
Okay,
I
pretty good. I think it. I think it's pretty good.
almost perfect. You're like a 95%.
Yeah, yeah. If my wife was here, she would have stared at me, like really, like because she speaks Spanish. She wrote how to roll her syllables. She would have did so much better than me anyway. But thank you so much for being here. Again, I'm excited to have this conversation. And Miss Kathy, honestly, I want to dive in. I would love for you to tell the people what your main focus is these days, a little bit of an origin story of how you got started, how you got to where you are. And if you want to, tell them what part of the world you're in for now, because you told me you plan to hear it now, but you got big aspirations and so big things planned. So if you just tell them what your main focus is, origin story if you don't mind, and where you are in the world, I would appreciate that, Miss Kathy.
Well, my focus now is to travel the world and enjoy my retirement. And I was all possible through my story. So my story begins quite a few years ago when I was in my 30s going through my first divorce. It was really tough. And he I don't want to get details, but he did a lot of things that caused me financial ruin, and I almost lost the home I was in. So stresses were real. And then go into my 40s, I finally started investing in my own retirement account at through work because we had put everything in his because his work matched it. So getting through that turmoil in my life, my 40s was my turning point where I started getting financially more knowledgeable. Now, granted, I was a business major and I've always loved business and I've loved houses and things like that, but I've only usually owned my own, except at that time we had one rental. So we were able to afford to buy our second home without that down payment from the first house. So anyway, fast forward. So I started investing in real estate in 2008 during that market crash. And I've always been a really good saver after my demise, let's say. Um, and I started saving very good. And I wasn't knowledgeable about investing in the stock market, anything like that. Personally, I did start investing through work. I did have a financial advisor, and started off at $10 a month because that's where I was financially.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
Now the dude comes to the school that's authorized, he gets $25 and so forth. Excuse me. So I started off slow, but eventually I started teaching myself more about real estate 'cause my sister and her first husband were in real estate, and they actually bought and sold. They were real estate agents, the both of them.
Yeah.
So that went very well for them. They had like 16 homes or something like that at a time. And I thought, oh my God, that's not quite an empire. But then the bad times hit and they ended up selling almost every one of them, including their own home. So I saw the good and the bad of it. But I thought, you know what? I'm a business major. I'm more business savvy. I save my money when it comes in. They spent it when it came in. So knowing that, I was able to actually buy my first rental, and it was coming home from vacation that you sign of the freeway, new homes. Oh, let's just go look. And then I'm buying a house. And that was kind of like a not planned trip or not planned purchase. Um, but shortly after that, the market crashed, and I was able to buy three more homes within a year
Wow.
for under 100,000 that originally went for about up to 250 to $350,000. They're all
Yeah.
everybody get there's like you look at neighborhoods and everything is empty because people just walked away from their homes and stuff. They lost jobs or whatever happened. I don't know if that was during the .com or something. No, that was in the 80s. But whatever it was a bad time. Even Palm Springs was rolling up, looked like a ghost town. Almost like Vegas looking at a ghost town. So I bought those rentals and I still have one original rental left. Um, but my main thing is I always thought things like that, even see my sister, but I never thought they were never what I would call millionaires, not even on paper. They just had a bunch of properties that were mortgaged to the hilt. So I did it differently, and I learned that you don't have to be a millionaire to invest in real estate. The
Yeah.
common person can. You just have to do it safely and carefully. So I learned a lot of things. I made some mistakes. I ran into the wrong people before I learned about screening and so forth. So I do all that. And then I ended up teaching personal finance in high school, my last 13 years of teaching. And that was a blessing. I had so much knowledge to give these kids. I had them for a whole year. I wrote the curriculum for the advanced class. They learned about investing in the stock market. They learned about investing in real estate. They heard the good, the bad, and the ugly from me. And
Yeah.
I said that the three biggest ways people get rich is Warren Buffett's your sugar daddy. He drops dead and you get money. Happening to any one of us in this classroom is zero. The other, the other two ways millionaires are made are either through real estate or through investing. So I taught them all of that in the advanced class, learn how to trade stocks like Warren Buffett does. So
Mhm.
I've got that background. So I started investing myself. I went to seminars, things like that for stock investing. Excuse me. So I learned a lot and I passed that on to my advanced kids. But the real estate part, I said, you have to have the stomach for either one. Because when the
Mhm.
stock market goes down and people panic sell, that's when you realize the loss on paper. You hang on to it, you don't. The same thing with property. That first house I bought it for like 215,000. It went down to like maybe 125,000. And a lot of people at that time walked away from their houses. And I go, why would you walk away from a house if you're living in it? I said, just because the value went down, it's still your home. And people made mistakes and just walked away from things,
Yeah.
which was kind of sad. So I kind of teach people how to invest smartly in real estate. So that's you got where I'm from. You got my thing. What was the third question you wanted me to answer? Because
Oh no,
I
you answered the third one. The third one you answered right off the top when I said, what is your main focus? You was like traveling. So yeah, so yeah. So you told us about the main focus. You told us about the origin story of kind of how you got to where you are, And I asked you where you are in the world. I'm not sure if you answered that one or not, but I
I
can't remember.
I knew I missed one. Yeah, I'm in
Yeah,
California, Southern
yeah,
California, where it's usually nice and warm, but not this week.
If you're looking for consistent, high quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
yeah, yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you so much. I always say thank you for the gift of your vulnerability because you share things that you didn't have to share, but I appreciate you sharing. And I think I told you this before. As soon as from the first time you kind of started talking, I just found so much inspiration in your story and what you have accomplished, what you've overcome. I too, I'm divorced, remarried, but when I went through my first divorce, only divorce, prayerfully, knock on wood, but um, it was hard on me financially, and um, it was my late 30s, and I told you now I'm in my early 40s, and I really feel like I'm still being impacted by some stuff, if I'm being honest. And I don't really, it's funny because I really never talk about how hard it was on me financially, and I don't know if that's a man thing or not. I'm not sure, but you know, there was just some unfair things, that you had to, kind of just push through. And so listening to you talk, listening to how you have reinvented yourself, the new identity that you have, I'm gonna say it like that. Because I read Atomic Habits, right? And so it's like it's not just about goals, it's about just a new identity that you have. It's very, very encouraging. And so with that being said, Miss Kathy, I kind of want to ask you a personal question. Hope you don't mind asking. What I appreciate you. So, I always say destiny has no wasted moments. Kind of meaning like as you go through new reiterations of your life, you pick up new skill set, new tools that help you be the person that you are today. And you pull from that person that you was and like this is who I am today because of some of the things that I've been through. So what are some of the things that you feel like adversity that you've been through that help you be who you are today? What have you pulled from to kind of help you be the person that you are that I'm looking at right now?
My gosh, I have been told so many times to write a book from my experiences because I've been through hell so many times and pulled myself up by the bootstraps. And you're looking at it, what me people look like. Oh, you're a single white woman. Well, I'm not exactly white. I'm half Spanish, but nonetheless, I came from a very poor upbringing where I had a Spanish mother who was divorced when I was 5, never saw my dad, and
Mm,
raised me cleaning houses. So if I can come from that to being a multimillionaire now, that that's a testament to determination and things like that, what I've been through. And my mom has always been a giver and a lover. She's passed away in 2000, but she always taught us to give of what you have. And even though she was poor, she gave what she had to people, like the poor story, the woman that gave the little pittance to the God, and everybody gave these $1 million. She gave the most because she gave everything she had.
yeah,
So I've learned from my hard things, whether it been my financial stuff, my lessons from divorce, how to set yourself up to not go through the hell I went through, to have that emergency account. I've taken all my stuff and I now started a coaching business now that I retired from real work. And I help women and I focus on women 40s and above, but I've helped men too with their businesses and keeping their business and personal life separate as far as their finances go and things like that. So I'm open to people, but my focus was because that's where my turnaround point was. And I'm
absolutely.
aiming to help, you know, women or whoever at their turning points or their bad parts in their life to try to avoid them. So if I can get anyone who has living paycheck to paycheck and none of it's going into savings, how to get it in savings. And if you want to, I can later on maybe teach those who are more, I don't want to say affluent because I wasn't even a millionaire when I started investing in property, but now I'm a multi-millionaire because of all the properties. I think my properties are worth over, let me check really quick my spreadsheet. My
Hmm.
properties are worth almost $2 million,
Yeah,
just my properties. And then you got my retirement top of that. I got my pension from work, but the properties are pulling in somewhere around almost $80,000 a year in income.
gotcha. Mm.
minus expenses, but that's a lot more than what most people have. And if you even have just one rental, it can during tough times, if you know how to, and I got a system right I use to screen tenants. I've learned now things to like not accept anybody under 640 FICO score.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
I've had co-signers when it's like an exchange person. They had like a sponsor. I've had them co-sign, which actually saved me the one time I had somebody who had to have that. But I've
Yeah.
just learned so many things that I have a passion, like my mom, to help people and give it back. So I volunteered financial coaching at church, and I started my own online business, where I help fight people in financial either messes, go from rags to riches, or from rags to normal to having a debt-free, get that burden off your shoulders life,
Yeah.
things like that. So I've learned a lot, and I also help people in real. I've given a few tips along the way about real estate, but I never really focused on that. But I definitely could easily do that just from what I've been through in real estate, learning where to buy a house, where not to buy a house, what crime rates, things like that. Families, the schools, because people want to have their kids in good schools. So I've learned probably a lot, and you don't have to be like the. I used to love watching the flip or flop shows on
Yeah.
TV.
Yeah.
Um,
Uh-huh.
but they have a whole freaking crew and they've got millions backing them up. Most people don't. So I help the people who don't have all that, who don't want all that. And the most I've ever done in a house I purchased was maybe done flooring and maybe I've done painting a wall. I keep it simple. And from that, I've now built my little empire that's now keeping my retirement dreams so I can sit there and travel the world as I feel like it and help. I bought my sister tires for her car. You just help people. So now I have the means to help. I've given more money to my church when they've had a special thing that they needed to do, although they never asked for money.
Yeah.
Tithing is kind of on the low queue, but our church has so much because of our great pastor and his philosophy. Tithing is never mentioned. There's never a year-end thing for the next year. None of that stuff.
Come on.
So I'm just like,
Yeah.
I'm loving it. I'm able to help now. So all what I've built up is now helping other people. So I'm grateful. I'm so blessed to be here instead of where I came from.
Mm. Mm, mm, mm. Yes, indeed. Thank you so much. Again, thank you for just sharing. Again, so many things that you said are relevant, just pertinent. Me and my wife was talking about tithing. Um, the other night we was talking about tithing, and just so many different things that you said. I just it's funny because I wish my wife was beside me doing this podcast together because y'all would just really be just vibing out so much. I just finished my first book, and so when I heard you talk about writing your book, yeah, well, people saying you should write a book. Add me to that list, Miss Kathy. I definitely think you should write a book. But a book is one way of getting your story out, but I just firmly believe that you got to continue to tell your story because your story is impacting people on a major level, just from you being a coach, but just meeting a random guy named Quentin over the podcast. Like you have really just even so seasoned me. So I really appreciate you. And so I'm gonna ask you this question. I kind of feel like I may know what the answer is, but I'm gonna ask, what is the next real goal for you, Miss Kathy? What are you looking forward to next? What's next for you now?
Uh, the rest of my trips for next year because I got the money to do it. Yeah. So yeah, that that
Mostly.
help. I still got to help family. Actually, one of my daughters lives in one of my rentals.
Got you.
And she's not even paying market rent. She went through divorce or
Mm,
started divorce 2 years ago, and she still hasn't picked herself up from the bootstraps at 39 years old. So I've
yeah,
got somebody else to teach her, but she doesn't wanna listen to mom. So
yeah, yeah,
I'll
yeah,
say,
yeah.
"You gotta put your big girl pants on," but yeah, no, I'm blessed that I can't even help her and afford to lose the rent, but I'm gonna lose another 2,300 the minute I sell the one condo, so I'm really
Got
watching
you.
my finances carefully, but I've got so much extra stashed in the bank, like local, like emergency account.
Yeah,
I always I s Back in the day, they said as long as you have like I think it's like 2 to 4 months, 2 to 3 months of emergency funds. But
yeah,
after COVID, the new rule is 6 to 9 months. And I preached to my students even before that, 6 to 9 months, because
yeah,
you don't know what's going to happen or what could happen. We've had more than one type job market. I mean, my husband's son, he graduated with an engineering degree, straight A's 2 years ago, still hasn't found a job because he doesn't want to leave California. But
yeah.
things like that can happen, so
Got you.
you don't know the job market unless you're an entrepreneur. You can't control it. And actually, technically, if you own a bunch of rentals, you can do that. But I'll also mention one thing: an easy way to start for like younger kids. They say the new millennials or whatever, the 20s, they can't afford to buy a house, but there's ways they can still do it if they can maybe have a parent, maybe not co-sign, but maybe give them part of a down
Yeah,
payment,
yeah, yeah,
or if they have the first time home buyer plans.
yeah,
Buy a bigger house, you need buy that 3 bedroom and rent a bedroom and have that third person that you screen just as well as you would give in the whole house, someone that you know you get along with and trust and so forth in your house. Um, Help them pay your mortgage payment or have them pay your
r-
mortgage payment.
that part. Yeah,
So, there's ways even the young kids, even in this horrible market for them, that they can still get into a house and what they call house hacking. It's a new term now,
yeah,
house hacking. So
yep,
you hack one, then you go do another one, then you rent all the bedrooms out and you go to another place and do it all over again. So
yeah,
the younger people that aren't getting married as early as we did. I mean, back in my day, we all got married in your 20s. My daughters got married late 20s to 30s.
yep,
So the times have changed. So while you're still single if you want, unless your spouse is with you on the same page, doesn't mind strangers living in your house. I mean, you're gonna scrutinize them carefully and so forth. But there's ways that younger people can still get into real estate.
absolutely, absolutely. I appreciate you so much, Miss Kathy. This conversation has been really good for me. I think really good for our viewers, really good for our listeners. Is there anything now? This is not the call to action just yet. We'll do that after this. But is there anything else that you feel like we haven't talked about that you want to talk about? Is there any kind of word of inspiration, education, motivation, anything that you can think of that maybe our viewers would benefit from hearing from you?
Actually, I can. I know how I felt like when I was in debt. You have the shame, you have the fear, and you're thinking, this is me. One of the things I talk to my coaching clients is your past or your current situation do not define you unless you allow it to.
Mm,
You can have your picture of where you want to be, and that is you. You just have to get there. People like me help you to get there through coaching because none of it, I wish I would have had a coach back in the day, but I don't think they had them back when I was going through my hell. So
yeah,
there's a lot of us here now that, if not me, find someone, even someone at your church can give you a little bit of advice. They're not like the long-term coaching, but they can certainly give you advice and steer you.
yeah,
Just get help. You you determine who you are. You determine your net worth, whether it's on
yeah,
paper or just your physical part.
yeah,
No one can tell you who you are but you. Don't let
yeah,
the Nancy negatives, the Debbie Downers say you are this person because you're not. You are who
mm,
you say you are. So put that little sticker on the mirror every morning and say, like I can't think I mean if you saw the movie The Help.
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm kind. I'm important. You talking about? Yeah, you talking about that? Yeah, yep. Yes, ma'am. Yep,
She instilled
absolutely.
that little girl from she was like 2 years old, you do it to yourself. You tell yourself, "I am good, I'm great, I'm worthy, I can do this, I can overcome this certain situation," if you're in a bad spot. That's the
Yeah,
biggest encouragement I can do for somebody, and I'm the biggest cheerleader for my clients, and, anything anybody needs, I'm here to help them with. And I have a free
absolutely,
consultation also, but I just wanna help people, that's my passion. That drives me to, pay it forward, I guess.
absolutely. So you mentioned church. So I'm gonna talk a little Bible for a little bit, not to make this all religious, but there are just some really good nuggets in the Bible that just applies, right? And so there's a scripture that says we overcome by each other's testimonies. And so, meaning we overcome by other people's stories, by other people's triumphs, by what other people have overcame. And so, I'm saying that because as our viewers listen to you, I want them to know that you can overcome your situation because of Miss Kathy's testimony, because of what she's telling you. And so really taking to heart what she's saying because she's proven that it can be done. I'm gonna say this too. This may be a little controversial when I'm gonna say it. And again, I'm gonna tell you another Bible scripture. Not to try to make this religious, but again, um, it says pastors feed people with knowledge and understanding. That's what pastors do. Pastors feed people things that they know. And so when I look at coaching, I always kind of parallel it to pastoring because you are helping people with what you are experienced in. And so when I look at you as a coach, I really look at you shepherding people, helping people, nurturing people to get past situations that they can't get past themselves, to show them an angle of, hey, maybe there's a little place right there that can hurt you, and I'm going to help you show you how to not let that hurt you again. That's what we do with sheep, right? We bring them back when they kind of veer off. And so I say that again because I want our viewers to know that Miss Kathy has done her work. She's experienced, and she has come from picking herself up to not just being a millionaire to being a multimillionaire. So when you see that coach at the end of her name, just know that she can help you. And so that's my little commercial for you, Miss Kathy. And I just want to say I appreciate you so much. Thank you for being here. If someone wanted to reach out to you, connect with you, learn more about what you're doing, how can they get in contact with you?
The best way would be through my website, and that's financialfreedompathway.us. On there, you can contact me, you can ask me a question, you can we get a free consultation, you can see my social media, you've got my email, you can contact me multitude of ways from my website. So that's probably the best way to find me. And then you see a little bit about what I'm about on there as well.
Absolutely. Miss Kathy, I got to say sincerely, one, definitely thank you for your time because your time is valuable. You a coach, you know you can put a premium on your time, and you know people will pay for it. So thank you for your time. Definitely thank you for your story. Thank you for your gift of your vulnerability again, walking us through where you came from, where you are now. Appreciate that. And lastly, thank you for your perspective. Thank you for the way you think and bringing that mindset to this podcast to help so many others. I really appreciate you. Thank you for being here today.
Yeah, it could only be real, but thank you. It's been my pleasure. Hopefully help somebody out there with anything I might have said.
Absolutely. Well, listen, we plant the seeds and we watered the seeds, and so we can't determine the growth, but we put the seeds out there. So I'm sure it's going to impact somebody if they take it and let it impact them. So, um, again, thank you so much. Y'all definitely check out Miss Kathy, but definitely make sure you are subscribed here because we're going to continue to bring up amazing people just like Miss Kathy. So thank you again, ma'am. And to everyone else, we will see you on the next time.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.